Okay, here we are. We are doing the inspection on the new home. It's November 11th with Red Star Home Inspections, and we're about to go over the reconciliation on everything that he found. Let's do it.
All right, so as far as the home itself goes, exterior-wise, I'm gonna make a note. Drainage, you got a long list of areas where they do need to correct the drainage. There's lots of standing water. You'll see right here, like how kind of soupy it is.
Okay, yes.
So it's kind of all throughout, and then this side as well. They don't have any French drains or basically any drains that collect the water and take it to the street. So it's just kind of all just standing here.
You thinking you would recommend French drains?
French drains, or if they're not, they're gonna have to kind of regrade it better. That way.
Okay, where it's more of like a grade to it.
Correct. That way it'll slope. It flows away from the property.
Okay.
So, and then sprinkler system. You do have sprinkler system or zones all the way around the property, but they're not even running too long. So I don't even think it's just sprinkler system related. I think it's just poor drainage.
I mean, it was raining yesterday. I know that, but that was yesterday, so it should have dried by now.
Yeah,
but.
You shouldn't have standing water like that. Downspouts.
And I can see where it's a little bit of a grade. I can see where it's a little bit of a grade, but
right
maybe
here.
just not enough.
Yep. And then as far as splash blocks you're missing, gutters, like I know this corner. Has
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
With it being such a short backyard, do you think that maybe French drains would be more adequate for a shorter run backyard?
It would help a whole lot more.
So it just doesn't, because I mean, it's kind of weird to be in such a short backyard. And if you have a grade going straight up, it might be a little bit weird. But I cut you off. You said something around the corner?
No, the corner of this gutter right here at the very top, there's a leak at that seam.
Okay.
So there's a leak going on right there.
Okay.
And then there's several areas
Good
of the
catch.
gutters. Yeah, there's some gutters that aren't sloped properly. They're holding water. So
that's not
so
good.
they need
Mosquitoes.
to adjust those. Correct. So they need to adjust those. That way the water will flow away properly. And then exterior, just a couple areas here and there that have a little bit of damage, just a little bit of caulking and sealing, nothing too crazy. I don't know if you saw at the front patio how.
Okay, how were most of the nails in the fastener, like the fastening?
There's some, I know, like for example, where that downspout is, they're exposed, and actually that piece of siding is damaged.
You got pictures of that,
correct.
right? Okay. And if you could just make sure to notate
Where it's at and what's going on there. So yeah, that's stuff like that you'll see. And then
I'm sure they're going to want you to come back out for a re-inspect.
Gotcha. And then I know on the other side, on the left side, there's damage on that siding as well. And then you mentioned door. For sure, I did document that it's rubbing really bad.
Right, the door is...
Yeah, it won't even lock. So
I saw that. I was trying to lock it, and it wouldn't lock.
Yeah, and then too, it's so tight against the door, you have to turn the doorknob a certain way for it to fully kind of open.
Right.
So.
And I think the buyers noticed that too, because I remember him kind of saying,
I would want it to lock.
You'd be like a freaking Hercules.
I know, pretty much. Pushing while you're screaming. Well, you'll see that I do document that. Okay. They have done repairs to the sheetrock. You can see kind of the patches to it, but when I did the thermal, that's kind of the only moist areas that I saw, meaning they just did repairs.
But that's because they just did the repairs.
It's going to be wet.
Right.
But as far as any active leaks anywhere else, I did not notice any. So as far as on that one, we look good. Appliances, the microwave and range, check out. Dishwasher, it's not connected.
No, I'm just checking to see. Microwaves I have noticed over time that microwaves with new home builders, they tend to have a lot of dent issues, but this one seems like it's okay. And sometimes the long run,
that or the
like here, it'll be scratched or dented. Okay, so yeah.
The dishwasher is not connected, so this is the drain for it, so they do need to connect it. That's yeah. So and as a result, you can't run it because if you run it, it's just gonna spill water everywhere.
Right.
So, with the sinks themselves look good, just the counterweight. And you can adjust that.
Right.
I did it earlier. It was just sitting there.
It's working now.
I guess now it did. So, and then they did a repair here. I'm not sure what happened here, but you'll see that they did a patch there. So.
You know, they may have had to get back there for the sink. Something with the sink.
Yeah. So, but as far as windows, several of them are dirty. They need to clean the tracks. That looks like that's still pending, regardless. And then paint. There's several spots they need to come through and kind of touch.
Oh yeah.
Up. So
I know we're gonna have a blue tape walk tomorrow. So.
And then in this closet too, same thing. Paint. There's stuff you definitely, when you do a blue tape, want to pay attention to. So.
And I think the AC was not connected, right?
Yeah. So as far as HVAC, you can see up here. That way, get a blue tape.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for showing me.
As far as AC, it is not turning on. So I think it's related to the condenser unit because the blower is running, the heater turns on. It's just the outside condenser is not turning on. So I think it's related to that, not the actual.
Maybe they just don't have it.
It's
The
something.
fuse might not be in there.
I'm sure something's not connected.
How's the
quick
bedrooms
fix,
and everything?
But as far as when I ran the heat, For the most part, it looks pretty even on the ductwork, but it's usually better to get a telltale how the AC is flowing
when it's actually working. Right?
Yeah. So,
The one good thing about the AC, I know that's all under warranty, and I know they have a trade that deals with that specifically.
Correct.
So if there's an area of the home when they live here and it seems like it's warmer over here versus over there, they can make one phone call and they can probably get them out here. Yeah.
And then as far as plumbing, I did not get any leaks, but and then on the sewer line, on the sewer scope, that came back clean as well on both sides,
That's
going
good.
towards the city and coming under the home.
Thank you.
To be
Thank
clean.
you. Thank you.
And then electrical, not seeing any big issues on the electrical end overall. We check out. There's just some lights that you'll see flickering. I don't know if it's the bulb. Which one was it? I think it was these, or in the primary. You'll just start to see them flickering randomly. So, but all that stuff I'll document too. That way they can keep an eye out on that.
You think it might have been the primary?
Yeah.
Let's go check the primary. I appreciate everything. Great inspection as always.
Go ahead. I have my shit covers on.
The windows all rolled up and down.
Yes.
Fine. Okay, that's good.
And then I guess they were checking for a leak or something there, but I didn't get anything out of that.
They seem okay. No flickering.
No. I know for sure it was the recess lights.
Was it that light?
No, I'm trying to see. No, I guess not. Anyways.
It's all good.
Yeah. As far as doors, you're gonna see aside from the back.
And water pressure was okay, right?
Yes, even when I was running multiple fixtures, the water pressure was pretty steady. Just doors, a lot of them they'll be rubbing against each other.
Oh yeah.
So they need to adjust them. And like this door will rub against the frame. So you'll see all that stuff included in the report that you
Okay,
have to
cool.
adjust. As far as roof goes, roof looks good. There is just areas of damaged shingles up there that do need to get repaired. It's mostly just for them walking up there and exposed nail heads.
Okay, and you actually went on the roof to do it.
Correct. Yeah, you'll see the pictures.
And can you put like a red circle around where?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll all be located, and I'll try to put the locations too.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
And then too, at the front eaves, there's just spots where there's some pretty decent sized gaps where they could just seal them a little bit better. That way you don't get any craters or anything like that getting into the attic space. So, and then stuff like this too, like this hole here. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you'll see there's a hole
I
right
see
there.
it.
There's some down there.
Yeah, that's the one thing with flagstone. When you deal with flagstone, it's really, really pretty. But
just thick mortar
sometimes
joints.
the mortar joints are hard to make everything perfection.
So
you know.
you got gaps pretty much where the eaves are at, so where the roof meets pretty much the soffit at the very top.
Oh, I see them when I enlarge. Yeah.
And then more.
You're talking about like underneath, right?
Yep,
Where
and
they
then
can
back
caulk.
up a little bit more.
And they should caulk those in, right?
Correct. And then
Okay, I
on
see
the
them,
other
the
side
voids.
too, going around the siding as well, you'll see whole gaps in this too as well as the
Right.
siding. So all that stuff you'll see in the report.
Right, and sometimes it's a little bit difficult when you deal with the flagstone. It's real pretty, but it's like a little bit of a maintenance
And then
issue.
you will see some damage to some of the siding. So if you step over here, Richard, you'll see stuff like that that needs to get
Oh,
repaired.
okay, so what do they need to do there?
So one, they do need to repair the actual piece of siding. They need to put drip flashing, or the drip edge, which is kind of this piece of metal.
Okay,
That goes
okay,
right
I
here.
see it. Yeah, the V thing.
Yep. They need to put a piece of drip edge right there to seal that better, and then just general, just kind of caulking and sealing as well.
Okay, yep.
So they do
Good
need to repair
catch,
that.
good catch.
Same thing with the kind of gaps you see here. So
good.
all that stuff you'll see in the report.
Okay, how about nail heads on the fasteners for the siding? I know we kind of hit on
Yeah.
that. Do you see a lot of them twisted or?
No, for the most part they look good. Just like I mentioned in the back, they got some damage, some exposed areas.
Okay.
All these gaps under the doors, stuff like that need to get sealed up. And then just kind of for your information,
So they
FYI,
just need to put caulk right there, right?
correct. That or some mortar, that'll help.
Right.
This is your sewer clean out. You always want to make sure you know where this is at, stays at, you have access to it. Sometimes people will put flower beds or whatnot and it gets lost. So you just always want to make sure it stays nice and exposed.
Right.
Tighten that. And then you got your electrical disconnector and your electrical panel out
Panel
here.
right here,
And
on
then
the
your
right side of the
sprinkler
house.
system right here too.
Right.
Is located on this side. So
And you did get a chance to run the sprinkler system, right?
Correct.
Where all the zones covering?
it's 5 zones all the way around the property.
5 zones, okay, that's
Everything
good.
on that too looks good. So
Okay. Anything else? Or?
No, other than that, just
Okay.
general small wear and tear type things. Just stuff that need to come through and tidy up on
Okay,
construction.
that's real good. Okay, well, I think that concludes the inspection for today. This is the Caney home, and out here in the Cove. And that is the home right there. So that is it. All right, y'all, over and out.